I mean, I just want to cover the good players, Pappy. What do you mean? What do you? That's all I'm doing. Kappa. But here we go. Sporting in the top right-hand corner of our Gione, we have our yellow Zerg player representing Team Roddy. It is Fjant. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Ukrainian Zerg player, the red Zerg, representing himself. He's on fire. He is Bly. Shout out to Praetor, I see him in the chats. I went Blink first game because I forgot where. Oh, okay. I see. Now I understand a little bit more. But a shout out to Praetor again, thank you so much for competing here tonight. And I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, in your future tournaments, in future EPTs, and other Open Cups as well. Look forward to seeing more of you. Definitely. Last I see in the chat. Yo, I see Senor Dave. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? No Lambo. Oh, very good to point out, actually. Yeah, sorry, not No Lambo. No Hearthstone. Yeah, Hearthstone is suspiciously absent. I wouldn't say that Hearthstone is a favored player to make it out necessarily, but definitely one to contest against them, right? Like, even though my eyes are on like Showtime, Skillus, Alazer, and Lambo, coming into this, those are the top 4 that I was looking at. Despite that, I do think that like a player like Hearthstone can definitely threaten them and definitely have a chance to make it into the post qualifier. So yeah, he is suspiciously absent. I think I could be mistaken, I think he's the only like bigger name that's missing. And I'm sure for good reason, you know, maybe it's just, you know, otherwise busy with other IRL commitments. But yeah, if there's any other like big missing players, then point them out, because that's the biggest one that comes to mind is Hearthstone. When it comes to some of the other players, I may have missed Battle B. I don't think I saw Battle B in the bracket. I might have glossed over him, but yeah, he's another one that's not here, which is interesting because he's a good player. Regardless, we're settling in. Oh, Eva! I think Eva's too young. Eva's too young to compete. Unfortunately, we're doing great to have seen him. Este Eva, hurry up and get older. Shaking my head. God damn. Meanwhile, we're settling in. It's going to be Hatchgas 4 into a third. Meanwhile, Bly is staying on 2 bases. The Ling does slip in, but is going to be denied. The Ling is going to be shut down. Regardless, Fjant is aware of the lack of third base. Alas, he has not confirmed the main as Alaire is in production. You can see that Bly, I believe he has skip link speed. Yes, we have skip link speed, and we're just focusing on our 2-base Roach play. Now, this can lead into something crazy like mutas. I apologize, I didn't even get to talk about the players. If you're a new viewer, if you're maybe a newer fan of StarCraft, then maybe you're unfamiliar with Bly. He's an animal. He's an animal, he's crazy. He's a very aggressive Zerg player and has been around for a very long time, known for his unorthodox styles, known for his cheese, and known for his aggression, and I'm curious if he has anything spicy ready for us. Meanwhile, in the top right-hand corner, it is just going to be a standard Hatchgas pull into a third base, into a Baneliness as well, into Ling Bane initially. Fjant still trying to piece this all together. So there's a bit of a give and take going on here. Fjant is investing gas into a Baneliness, into Ling speed, so technically Bly will have more gas for Roach production, and it looks like it is going to be Roaches. We have +1 range on the way. We are taking all 4 gases, but it looks like we have not gone for anything crazy like a Spire or anything crazy like a Hydra Den. Roachborn is researching, and these Lings from Fjant will be able to confirm that. We'll be able to confirm the researching Roachborn. As they do dip in, they do get eyes on the building that's jiggling. Tis wiggling and jiggling here, and does confirm that it's researching, so we're fully aware. Meanwhile, back at home, Roach Warren +1 range on the way as well. Fjant embracing Roaches on his own side. And of course, because of Fjant's third, he will have the better economy. He's going to have more production available. He's going to have better economy overall, and a stronger lead into a longer game, into the mid game. But we're not getting into the mid game because what do we see? A Nidus Swear. Let's go. So it's going to be a 2-base all-in. Just because we saw 2-base Roach doesn't mean it had to be an all-in. This can lead into a third where you can like slowly branch out and expand and take a third base. You can see Fjant gets eyes on a would-be third, so that's a good sign for Fjant, telling him that it's going to be a longer game, but it's misinformation as Bly is doubling down and just making nothing but roaches. He's just making mass roach. Nidus Swarm is about to finish up. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have Overlord set up outside the bases. There we go. Nidus Swarm right outside the natural. And the Overseer Scout may be a little bit too late. We're going into the main first. We're not going to see the Nidus. Not yet. We're in the dark. We're in the dark in the Nidus Swarm. It's going to finish. And what do we have at home to defend? We have 8 roaches. Uh-oh. Yeah, the roach count is still looking quite low. Nidus Swarm does finish. Overseer is going to confirm, but now the roaches, they have arrived. They're knocking down that front door. Fjant, he's got 13 roaches on the way. He has to buy time. Desperately has to buy some time, but alas, the roaches are already here. They're already at the third base. Roaches are falling. Black coming together with the rest of his queens, with the rest of his roaches. Sorry, Fjant doing a great job here at buying time and preserving his own roaches. Nidus Swarm is gonna survive. We have reinforcements on the way. The boys are being pulled. And is this gonna be enough? The boys are here. And they will hope we can afford to lose some workers. As we bleed out 8 drones. Nidus Swarm does finish up behind the army, but Fjant, it looks like he will hold. Oh, he's gonna shut down the Nidus. I mean, I say that, another Nidus into the main base. Bly just all over this. Is being forced back. There's still roaches in the Nidus. And thankfully, Fjant doesn't chase us across the map. But he's not ready in the main. He's not ready in the main base. We break on through once again. There's no queens, there's no army in position. More drones falling. And behind this, Bly is not droning. He's expanding, but he's not droning up. He's still making more roaches going into Tunneling Claws. Burrow and Tunneling Claws on the way, and this may just be a numbers game at this point. Bly is outproducing his opponent. And he's getting out of hand. He's getting out of control. Breaking on through into the main. Roaches falling left and right. Another Nidus Swarm as we leapfrog forward. Queens arriving as well. They can transfuse. They can add support. GG as Bly does get out of hand, and we'll take game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, it took a little bit too long for Fjant to get a read on this. If he had, I'm sure Fjant would have been a lot more vigilant for Nidus Swarms and would have been on the lookout for them. And hey, if he's able to knock down the first, the second Nidus Swarm, or even just one Nidus Swarm, delay the push, wait for more roaches, then suddenly a much cleaner hold for Fjant. But alas, was not meant to be, and Fjant just didn't get a read on what was going on until the Nidus Swarm had already popped up. And we saw that Fjant just needed a couple more seconds, he needed a little bit more time, and then he would have had a comparable army. GG, well played. And we are getting into game number 2. Game number 2, and this is kind of what we expect out of Bly. It's hard though, just because you don't want to get too into your own head when you play against Bly, because sure, you can be relying on the fact that he's probably going to be aggressive, he's probably going to all-in me, but there's so much available here to Bly, right? Like, we could see, I don't know, some kind of like German taxi variation, could see a Ling Flood, could see Bane Bust, we could see Muta play. There's a lot available here. So loading into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Post Youth, we have our Swedish Zerg player, the yellow Zerg, representing Team Roddy. Down in the series, looking to bounce back, it is Fjant. And he's not droning. In the top right-hand corner, he's going for a 12 full Faffy. He is not making any workers. Oh, now he is. But the initial 12 full opener, it is going to be the orange Zerg player from land of Ukraine. He's on fire. He's leading the series 1-0. It is Bly. Let's go. As a reminder, I believe Post Youth is the shortest rush distance map in the map pool. I believe shorter than Ghost River by 1 second, if I'm not mistaken. So something like a 12 pool does make a lot of sense on this map. I'm curious if this is going to be a 12 pool drone pool. I'm curious. We have seen builds like this from Rex. If you remember in WTL, Rex did a 12 pool drone pool against Raynor, And specifically on this map, he was able to mine through these mineral patches. Raynor missed it. Raynor, he walled up the ramp and he got caught off guard. The army busted on through and we ended up in just a really crazy base trade. Raynor, he barely survived. We can see no drone pool. We're taking our expansion. We are going to be expanding instead, so it's going to be a 12 pool initially, but behind this, we're droning. Okay. So a bit of an aggressive build from Bly. And we'll see how this works. We'll see how this plays off. The downside of doing a 12 pool on this map is the fact that your natural is a little more secure, right? Like, it's further back, it's right next to your main base, it's easier to defend. I mean, I say, talking about the natural, really the link should be headed for the main. And we'll see how well Fjant can defend. As Lings have arrived, they were spotted by the Overlords. So far, so good. We haven't lost any drones. Oh my god. As we surround one of those Lings. We barely do pull back as well, not losing any workers so far. Spawning pool is done, Lings are on the way, Queens as well, and Fjant is holding, is defending. And trading quite well actually. Oh my god, the drone drilling. We bleed off one worker. But now that the Lings have arrived, yeah, we're gonna shut this down. We will defend, we will clean this up. Oh, reinforcements have arrived though, and we do see Fjant overextending a little bit. He gets surrounded. Oh, bleeds off a second drone. And is going to bleed off a third drone as well. Bly doing well, getting 3 worker kills. Does harass the natural, zoning away those drones. Now, thankfully, Fjant can recover by prioritizing the gold minerals. You know, we can just main out over, we can prioritize the gold minerals, and we can recover. Meanwhile, across the map, Bly likewise doing something similar as Bly is droning. Bly is going to be droning up, and now we enter the follow-up here. And what's important is, of course, Bly has no gas, has no gases with a 12 pool, so we were playing gasless. This does lend towards 2-base roach play. This could also lean towards muta play as well. We'll see what we go for. Once the Lings are shut down, but we do save the Overlord. We gave our lives for it. We do save it, and we're making more Lings. Fjant? Fjant, he is flooding Lings across the map. Can we save the Overlord? It looks like we cannot. Overlord goes down. We do supply block Fjant. Brutal supply block. Gases are being taken 2 at a time. Because of our spawning pool position, like we have already started working on the wall. Yeah, the Queens are getting in position. Eva Chamber as well. We're walling up. Likewise, Fjant also droning. Did invest into quite an amount of Lings, but we'll see what we can get done with them. We can maybe get a Queen. We will get a Queen. Not bad. It's a high energy Queen as well. And behind this, we do have a transfuse, so yeah, we can't quite break into the main. But I'm curious as to what is being, or what this gas is being spent on. We have prioritized all 4 gas guys just so we can rush into a lair. Oh, +1 melee's on the way. A macro hatch as well. So Bly is looking to Ling Flood, but with all this gas, this looks like a Ling Flood and this looks like muta play. This screams Spire. I say screams Spire. I mean, there's a chance that we could maybe go into like Hydras, into like Lurkers or something crazy like that. Like sure, I guess we could take it a different direction. Regardless, very tech heavy. Very tech heavy here, and okay, we're going for a Roach Warren. Lings will confirm this. The Overlord as well. We have spotted the Roach Warren. Now, is Bly's brain big enough to like throw this down just to reveal it? and then we go for like a different turn, right? Because going +1 melee but investing into a Roach Warren feels weird to me. It could just be a safety Roach Warren just in case. Meanwhile, Fjant going for the gold. Let's go. How do we recover? With the gold base. Immediately we have the Maynard. We do fully saturate the gold. But last Lings are amassing. Remember, we're Ling flooding with +1 melee. There is now done. And there we go. I was like, show us the tech. What are we using the lair for? The Spire. So it is going to be muta play. We're making a handful of roaches. Again, I imagine this is just for show. I imagine this is just, well, actually, if we finish up roach speed, it could just be mutas for map control. It could just be like 4 to 6 mutas just for map control. And we just double down on a ground army. I'm curious. Meanwhile, are going to be expanding, taking our third. The roaches are spotted. Fjant making his own as a response, just to be safe, just to be secure. Jesus, that's 22 lings on the way. That's a lot of lings, Pat. That's a lot of lings. Let's go. We are massing up quite an amount of lings here. And Fjant, he skipped the Bailey nest. No, he didn't. Never mind. I just made an assumption there, but we do have Bailings available to defend. That can help quite a lot against this. Once we realize what's going on, lings have arrived. Roaches are pulling back. And we do see Bly going for the surround and catching out some of these roaches. The roaches, they do get caught out. But we do at least keep the goal base alive. Like, the goal base is still safe and sound. Spine crawlers on the way. Those +1 melee lings, they don't play, Papi. They don't play. Oh, and they're going to be catching reinforcements. The wall is not a wall of lings. They flood into the main base. They catch the queens. At the same time, the main armies are going to be clashing. But Bly's got lings to buffer. Fjant, though, with a higher roach count. Let's take a better trade. Rotates over. That's going to be 11 mutas on the way. 11 mutas with +1 air attack as well. Yeah, we're committing to the mutas. And they have arrived. And the mutas are going to shut down the roaches at the same time across the map. Another queen falls. We have limited anti-air. How many queens do we have? 0. Fjant has 0 queens. Hydrogen's in production. We need to get damage done. We need to ignore this army and head into the main. And we will break through. Queen's going to be targeted. They transfuse just to buy some time. Roaches into the mineral lines. We need to get damage done. We need some economic damage. We need the drones. And we will get them. We'll get some at least. Yeah, drones are going down. No saturation at the 3rd. We get 12 worker kills and we keep going. Up. 13 drone kills. We are being forced back. That's a good amount of damage. Bly is down to 35 workers. Fjant does have the economic lead. And you know what? The hydrogen's done. Hydras are on the way. We're massing hydras as we speak. Queens alongside them. We still have the economic advantage. It isn't just the fact that Fjant is on a higher drone count, he's also got the gold. Like, this gold, like, it just boosts his economy by so much. Oh, Roach is pushing forward. They're getting on top of the Hydras. The Hydras are exposed. The Hydras go down. Spankle are doing what they can, but do we have any more Hydras? The answer is no. We have 3 Hydras. That's not going to be enough. The goal base, it's going to be shut down. The Killer Instinct by Bly. Focusing down every single Hydra. I was hoping we would have enough to hold on. And we might be able to hold the main, but we lost 11 drones. Now suddenly the economies are comparable. We're still flooding more lings. Yeah, GG gets called. Bly, too much momentum on his side. He breaks the gold and he breaks his opponent. And Bly will take the series 2-0. GG. He still got it. GG, well played. Congratulations. Bly will take the series here. Again, Bly is not the most active of players, but he's hyper aggressive, and ZvZ has changed, I would say, the least over the years. Like, the meta has shifted definitely with a lot of the other matchups, especially on some of these other maps. But yeah, Bly looking powerful here, and GG. Congratulations. Congratulations. He does take the series, advancing on to the next round. My condolences to Fjant. Again, got a soft place in my heart for Fjant. He's a great player. He's an up-and-comer. He has a lot of potential as a player as well. But it does meet its end here at the hands of Bly. But, like, anyone can go down to Bly. Like, there's no shame in falling to Bly. He does pose a threat to all players out there. And, yeah, with that, Bly will come out on top and advance on into the round of 16. And the question becomes, do we have an opponent? Do we have any up? What's happening? No shot. Okay, we have updates. we have updates, man. We have updates.